Hey, 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 if you're catching me, you're catching Julie. That's right, I'm Julie with The Julie Show, which is just another name for my life in the Midwest. Boring life in the Midwest, but a lot's been going on. A lot happened this weekend, a lot's been going on. Um, the inauguration was today, and TikTok had a sudden ban this weekend, which was a little bit earlier than they said they were going to ban it. And everyone freaked out, and then Trump fixed it. And then you got people posting online saying, this is just Trump's way of getting you guys to like him. I think the majority already spoke and he was chosen for presidency. Just saying. So watch the inauguration. Sub-degree temperatures. Where are you guys at? How cold is it? Holy crap. I think that I didn't say crap. I said holy crap. I think that our pipes are going to freeze one of these nights. I'm trying to keep the water dripping in the bathroom upstairs, the closest to the door by the pipes, because I don't want the pipes to freeze when my husband's not home and I won't know what to do. And anyways, today we're reading from God's Daily Answers. I've been doing this for a couple days now. I think I'm going to keep going on this. Today's a few people in my family's birthday. There's large prayer requests going right now for a family member of ours that is in the hospital. If you don't mind dropping a prayer for that person, I would greatly appreciate it. I am not mentioning names or who, what side, or anything like that. I'm just asking for unspoken prayers. So far, things are looking on the up, so that's a good thing. We've been praying constantly. Don't mind my big, wonderful glasses. If you've been with me for the last couple of days, these are what readers look like nowadays, people. They're trying to be stylish. It's all right, matches my hair. So let's get into January 20th. Like, TikTok's already back up, guys. The temperature is supposed to start going up. Being on a positive note, spring is right around the corner. March will be here before you know it. The Super Bowl's coming up. Granted, I don't know who's going to win this Super Bowl. I don't know who's going to make the Super Bowl. A lot of people know that I think that the NFL is rigged, and they want to see this dynasty from the Chiefs. Okay, because the NFL will bank off that. They're going to bank off that. But there's also something about Washington. They haven't been there in so long. I want to see Washington win this. I want to see them take the Super Bowl ring, which, if I know from 47 years of being alive, the Chiefs are going to have a three-peat. The reason I say that is because the NFL wants that, and the NFL gets what they want out of their players. Just saying. I mean, it's like watching WWE. Or WWF from when I was a kid. People are trying to tell me that shit was real. Oh, excuse my French. I shouldn't be saying that word. I'm trying to watch my language. I'm trying to keep my hair out of my face when my space heater's blowing on me. Yes, every room needs a space heater at this time of year. The heater is at 72 in my house. The thermostat is at 72, and the heat does not shut off. I'm thinking about putting it up to 75 so the heat will stop running. My heat bill is going to be over $400 this month. It's so cold. Anyways, with further ado, Kansas City has not received any new snow. All the snow that we have has melted over the weekend. It was in the 50s. Not in the weekend. The end of last week, it was in the 50s. Melted a lot of the snow, and then it refroze on top of the snow as ice. So walking the dogs is interesting out in the backyard. I'm all over the place trying to walk my dog. Why do I walk my dogs in the backyard? Okay, well, I have a dog that thinks it's a deer, and he can leap over the fence, and if I don't walk him, he'll be missing. And I know it's freezing out and he'll come back, but I don't want to take the chances of having to go out and be like, buddy, where are you? You know, we've been through that like 7 or 8 times. We're not going to make that mistake again. So to make things easier on us, leash the dog, take him out, let him go to the bathroom, and bring him back in. I know we have a fenced-in yard. I know I have to walk my dog. I look like an idiot. The dog thinks it's a deer. And since I live right in front of a forest, there are tons of deer, and the deer jump, and then Buddy sees them, and then he repeats them, and then there's dogs all along the fence lines. If I let my dog go without a leash, my dog would be in the yard 3 houses down playing with the 4 dogs down there. And who knows if he could jump over the front fence to get to the street, if you get hit by a car or eat the mailman, I'd probably get sued, or they'd probably put my dog down. So here's the thing. I walk my dog in a fenced-in yard. I do. All right, let's get on with the daily devotion. January 20th. Today is Monday, January 20th. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. God rest your soul. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Romans 12:2. Optimists and pessimists can look at the same circumstances and see two totally different scenarios. The only real difference is in their minds. The way people think helps determine the way they act. The way people act reflects what they believe to be true. Remember, seeing is believing. God wants to change your mind, literally. He wants to change worry to prayer, fear to trust, and doubt to faith. To do that, you need to choose which thoughts you're going to focus on. Reflect on what God says is true about you and the world. Reject what you see on TV or read in a magazine that conflicts with that truth. Filling your mind with good, positive things will result in a good, positive outlook on life. Change your thoughts and you change the world. Let's reflect on that in our daily reflections. I watch a lot of television, and a lot of the television I watch, I understand is not godly. But that doesn't change my thought perception on how I feel about being a Christian and how the world should be because it's something I'm watching. Well, it in the eyes of the church, in the eyes of a pastor, it probably would be a sin for me to be sitting there watching the shows I'm watching. I'm bored. I need something to keep my mind occupied so my neck doesn't hurt or my other ailments don't bother me. My lupus, my fibro, my arthritis, you name it, I have it. 2 autoimmune diseases later, and a stenosis diagnosis in my neck was not the best start of 2025, but it is what it is, and I'll deal with it. Stenosis of the neck is when the vertebrae start to aim towards, the narrowing starts to aim towards a spinal canal rather than fusing together. Vertebrae in the back, they fuse together. If they get too close, I have one that automatically fused because my neck is so small. When I was born, I wasn't fully developed. I was a preemie. Oh, this hair from the heater. And so I have a lot of spinal issues. I have a lot of health issues. I don't want to get into that right now, but that's why I'm here and able to read the daily devotion to you. I'm going to continue to do that. I got to go to the grocery store. It's so cold out there. I do not want to have to go to the grocery store, but life calls. You know, duty does. You have to eat, so I have to go to the store. Hence why I got ready today and try to look human half the time. But yeah, President Trump was inaugurated today, so we have a new president as of today. TikTok is back up and running. Unfortunately, if you did not have TikTok loaded and now you're all seeing the hype and you want TikTok, Apple and Google do not support it in this Play Store or the Apple Store anymore, so you will not be able to download it. Where's the irony in all that? So what I was going to do is I was going to trust it under Trump and see if they get an American ownership after 90 days. It's a trial, I guess, for 90 days to see if you can get American ownership of this platform. And I was going to see if I could download it again and get it back because, you know, the more talk about it, everybody losing it, kind of makes you miss it a little bit. And I went into the App Store and I knew, or not the App Store, I went into the Play Store and Google on my phone, and I knew it wasn't going to be there because they said you will be able to keep TikTok when it goes down. Okay, if you currently have TikTok, you'll be able to keep your TikTok account. But if you do not currently have it installed in your phone, you will no longer have the ability to install it in your phone because Apple and Google will no longer support the Chinese-based company. But there's something called Red Note that is completely out of China that everybody moved to, and they're calling us TikTok refugees, which would probably be a bigger spy than any TikTok ever was. I mean, this Red Note is all in China. It's all Chinese. It's all Chinese people. I got over there and I was like, how am I supposed to function on this? I'm like, okay, I went this long without TikTok. I think I'll be fine. Sorry, I keep rocking my phone. It's not sitting still. And anyways, that's our daily devotion today. Just be mindful of what you think. God knows your thoughts. God knows what's in your heart. He knows what you're reading. He knows what you're watching. So if you feel like you're watching something like I know I'm watching stuff that I shouldn't be watching, I need to really change my ways that way and try to find more God-filled, God-minded shows, which I've been trying to do. Don't get me wrong. Like I said in the other video, I am trying to do my best at everything. Being healthy, being godly, and yeah, so I'm doing my best, but I am not perfect by any means. I'm still eating a better diet than I was, and I will try to inflict today's reflection on the television and make sure that what I'm watching is coherent with what God says. It's so hard to find stuff on television right now that would go with the Bible because there are so many transgender and so much homophobic stuff that you can't, it's everywhere. It's almost impossible not to see. So you just have to accept it, watch it, know what you believe in, pray to God. I don't even know if you pray for forgiveness of that, or I'm not, you'd have to ask a pastor that. But I know that when I was going to church, my pastor distinctly said, you know what you're watching. It's putting bad thoughts in your mind. So I have to stop. And if you want to be better with Christ, it's probably a good idea that you stop too. I'm drinking water, no pop. Yeah, hey, that's a step today. And give yourself gratitude. You know, nobody's going to give you gratitude. So give yourself some gratitude. If you do something good for yourself today, you deserve a pat on the back. I got up, I made my bed, and I watched the inauguration. I'm giving myself a pat on the back, even though I'm still going to go to the grocery store. I did something today, and I deserve gratitude for that because I'm ill. It is very hard for me to get up and do all this and get ready. It's very difficult. It is now, I don't have a clock on me, but I know it's close to 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am just now getting ready for the day. That's how slow I move. So be happy if you guys are going to work, you're working online, whatever you do to make money. Just don't be in the mindset that you have to go to work. Just be in the mindset that you get to go to work, because there's people like me that I can't even sit at a desk long enough. I can't even sit. It's 11 minutes and my neck's already hurting. And I sat here to do my makeup though, so I guess that's why. Yeah, the 20 minutes on top of 11. I've been sitting here for a half hour. My neck's starting to bother me, so I'm due for some medication. So with all that being said, I want you guys to have a blessed day and go in peace. Bye-bye.